Welcome, everybody, to a special edition of the Friday Night Pressbox. This is a massive week, a huge week of football if you're a Fannin County football fan and you're a Chattooga Indian fan. And I actually have two guests joining me tonight that know a lot about Region 7AA and Chattooga football. Levi, Benton, thank you guys for joining me. I'm excited about Friday. I wish it was Friday right now.
I agree.
Absolutely, man. Benton and I kind of feel the same exact way. This has been a long time coming, since 1974, since the Indians have won a region, 1979, since they played for one. So it is going to be an epic game, decades in the making, a generational game for the Indian fans. From everything we're hearing, there's going to be a huge number of fans that make the trip over the just shy of 2-hour trip, which I guess Fannin County has been making all those drives lately. So now the Indian faithful will get to make that drive. And we're looking forward to the Rebel home field there that everybody's been talking up. Beautiful place, great players. Love Coach Chad Cheatham and what he brings to the table. The product he puts on the field is nothing short of spectacular week in and week out. So it's the battle of the best two teams in the region, winner take all.
No doubt, Levi. You know, we were talking before we got on the air. Friday night is what high school football is going to be about. It's going to be a special atmosphere, two great football teams, two playoff football teams.
Yeah.
And, you know, it doesn't happen a lot where you get a true region championship game in the middle of the season. You know, the GHSA, you know, we're divided into sub-regions. A few years ago, they done away with that. So the pure region championship game went away. So it's very rare that you actually get a region championship game in the middle of the year. And boys, we got it Friday night in Blue Ridge. And there is the town's buzzing about it. I know Chattooga's buzzing about it. The teams are buzzing about it. It don't get no better. Benton, is this your first time coming to Blue Ridge on Friday night?
First time in Fannin County. Yeah, I've been to Blue Ridge a bunch, but most of those times are to pick up apples and come back.
Yeah, that Mercier apple orchard is a big deal in Blue Ridge. But you know what? We're not going to talk about apples. We're going to talk about football, Benton.
I got you.
I hope you don't mind. But guys, you know, Chattooga off to a great start this season. We'll talk about Chattooga first. I know you guys cover Chattooga better than anybody, so I'm kind of just going to give you guys the floor right now. Talk about the Chattooga Indian season so far.
Yeah, absolutely. I know Benton's got a few things he's got keyed up, so I'm just going to jump in there and say the Indians had a lot of questions to answer on both sides of the football, none bigger than at quarterback with the departure of 6'8" QB, two-sport athlete Cash Allen, who graduated last year and left a big void there because the Indians did not have a backup quarterback being developed. The one kid they had moved away, and so there was a lot of questions there. And early on, that position was filled platooning the senior Brody Mobbs and the sophomore phenom athlete Nick Hester. Well, they settled in real quick to Mobbs there. Mobbs was just more mature in his decision-making, and he is a real threat with his legs too. Both of them were mediocre at passing the ball, but Mobbs found real quick that he had a threat in receiver in Jalen Johnson, the senior who has been named Region 7AA Basketball Player of the Year last year as a junior. This guy is 6'3" and can attack the football at the high point. Fantastic receiver. Correct me if I'm wrong, Benton. I believe he has 8 receptions on the year, 5 touchdowns. Yeah. Fantastic receiver. And then Nick settled in platooning with the Region's 7AA career leader in rushing yardage, LaShawn Lester, the senior with multiple D1 offers, has been shattering school records for Chattooga in rushing yardage, rushing touchdowns, points scored. He's slowly picking the records off. I actually messaged Isaiah Foster, one of the twins, about one of the records he's breaking, several of the records. And Foster said that he couldn't be happier. You know, he remembered the impact of setting those records himself, the feeling of accomplishment, and he's so glad to see that torch being passed to LaShawn Lester. You know, 5'11", 215, runs with the speed, power, and elusiveness that you see in SEC running backs. I mean, he is that good. Just a fantastic tailback. And on defense, the Indians have led by the safety, Rowan Burdick, multiple college offers, all-round athlete, two-sport athlete, state finalist on the wrestling mat. Just he's an undersized for a safety, 6 foot and 175, but plays, a lot bigger than that. Very, very physical tackler, very aggressive defensive player. And at linebacker, he's got Devin Heroch, another two-sport stud athlete. So they brought a lot of physicality there. But I will say that you're going to see a big improvement has been on the defensive line. The Indians have been using a 3-man rush. Xander Cook and Billy Settlemore at defensive ends and anchor in the middle. Carter
Levi,
Lowen.
I'm not interrupting you, but that Chattooga defensive line has not got enough credit. They've not got enough credit at all.
I try to give.
I don't know hardly anything about Chattooga football, but I do know one thing: is their defensive line has not got enough credit. What a job they've done this season.
Yeah, you're talking 2 defensive ends here who are 6'3", one 6'3", 230, the other 6'3", 250. And both of them can run. I'm talking 5-second 40 times, but very, very nimble. Both of them have run down quarterbacks and running backs in the backfield. They're just racking up the tackles for loss this season, the quarterback pressures, the sacks. Xander Cook has multiple college offers. Billy Settlemore, just a junior, going to be back again next year. 230, the other 6'3", 250. There you go. Got me on replay. That was good enough to say twice.
Xander Cook, by the way, Xander Cook through 7 games played has 75 total tackles, 16 tackles for loss.
Yeah. I think
so.
The Twitter.
You got a little bit of a look there at. You got a little bit of a look there at the Indians have been able to answer a lot of questions this year. A team that many people thought was not going to make the playoffs. They now have only 42 kids dressing out for games. They only started the season with 46. Injuries have picked a few off. And they had 13 kids on an 8th grade team last year that won the middle school championship. 13 of those kids came up and said, this team's going to be so bad, we're not even going to play. They're walking the halls, didn't even come out to play football. So it's nothing short of amazing what the Indians have been able to put together this year. And they are really looking forward to facing players that they have tremendous amount of respect for, mainly Seth Reese. They got a good look at him last year, and the fans have been talking about this guy. As a matter of fact, I believe his parents sat on the home field side last time, and they gave them a little VIP spot up there. And we were all bragging on this number 5 and who was this guy, number 5. And they were very humble, very polite about that's our son. And when they said he was just a junior, I said, no, that number 5 right there. And I said, yeah, he's
a man.
I said, there's no way.
Yeah, it's an honor to know the Reese family. They're great people, super
fantastic
people. Greg Reese is a great father to Seth and Jacob and Zach and Josh. Great family. I feel like I'm forgetting somebody in that family. There's so many of them, but super good people. But let's stay on the Chattooga. Benton, did you have a video of Lester?
Yeah, I got
I want to highlight LaShawn Lester, for example.
While you pull him up there, Benton, just talk a little bit about the numbers he put up, not just the 200 yards last week.
Is there a pretty good record that Lester's closing in on, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
That is correct. Benton, do you have all his numbers right there? He just tied the points scored.
I do have the record. Sorry, hold on.
Benton has been keeping us updated on the Braves score for all you fans back there.
Listen, if you see me look over my left shoulder, I'm not ignoring these guys, but a pretty big game the Braves are playing right now.
Yeah. All right, so I got the official records here on my phone. We'll just give you a quick hit. His freshman year, he rushed for 1,015 and 15 touchdowns. The sophomore year, he rushed for 1,517 with 14 touchdowns. Last year, he rushed for 1,016 with 10 touchdowns. And so far through this year, he's rushed for 825 and 10 touchdowns. Total of 4373. He scored a total of 336 points. The 4373 is 5 yards away from tying the record and 6 yards away from breaking the Chattooga all-time record. Some of these stats here is crazy. He's got 1,800-plus yard games, 1,100.
Whoa, say that one more time.
Wow.
1,800-plus yard games, 1,150-plus yard games, 4 games over 200, and he's got 49 total rushing touchdowns.
Yeah, so he's closing in on the total touchdowns. He just tied the total points, and he's closing in on these records he'll all break at Fannin County at the homecoming game this Friday. It couldn't be a bigger time for LaShawn Lester, for his father. Now, a lot of people don't know when LaShawn Lester was a youngster, he lost his mother, and his father has basically raised him, and the community has just wrapped their arms around this family. Great kid, just a really humble kid. He doesn't get full of himself. He doesn't get big-headed. He is going down in history right now as the best Chattooga running back of all time.
And we've had some pretty good ones. Because the next home game, we're going to be retiring a number 32, played in the NFL for 5 or 6 years, Sonoris Perry.
Actually, yes, Sonoris Perry just finished last year his 7th year as an NFL running back with the Tennessee Titans, and he was a running back at Chattooga. And, of course, the Foster twins were huge, twin brother quarterback and running back combo.
Yeah, just watching Lester right here. Nice cut there.
Yeah,
beautiful. Two guys just walling him off, and he just cuts inside. Oh, sorry. They throw a Nick Hester highlight in there.
Yeah, Nick Hester's a good player. Let's watch him.
Yeah. Now, what you'll see with Hester right here, that explosion of speed right there, his explosion through the gap and combined with Lester's power, it's hard for defenses to handle. And this Dade County defense was a stout defense. If you don't know their two outside linebackers, brothers Cody and Landon Williams.
Yes,
it's two of the best in the region, and that includes Chattooga and Fannin County.
That was the pick that sealed the game, I believe, last week.
And that was Nick Hester's 4th season interception there.
Yeah.
Yeah, just a great team. I want to highlight, if we can here, I want to highlight Rowan Burdick, a great safety for the Chattooga Indians. And Levi, obviously, Ben, you guys talk about him for just a little bit while I get this pulled up here.
All right.
I've talked about him enough. I mean, Burdick has he's already picked up multiple college offers as well. He's made a couple of visits to some D2 schools, and he is really looking forward to playing at the next level, trying to pack on some pounds. We talked about him being a little bit undersized, but his personal trainer, Chris Thompson, sent me a video of him doing 13 reps of 235 and maxing out at 300 pounds on the bench. So he loves his morning weight room, and it shows in his tackling.
Yeah, great football player. I know there's a lot of people in Blue Ridge that are excited to see him in person. These are some of his Model highlights here, and he had a great game against Model. Run stopper for sure. There, nothing short of it.
Man, he against Dade County, they run a little slip screen, and
what a hit right there!
Wow, just squared him up. Not bragging, not saying that I want anybody hurt, but he popped the running back, and he was out the whole second half, and it was just boom. People. He doesn't leave his feet. The people he's tackling leave their feet because he's just coming down and boom. You're just not going to get past him.
Not afraid of contact. Never has, never will be.
No.
That run right there was the 240-pound Joey Samples running back. Yeah. And nifty little shit. All he's got to do is get a hand on him. He's making tackles in the backfield there, but he definitely likes to square up and hit full. I do like the fact that he can make tackles that are broke and true safety style. He can run someone down and make a touchdown saving tackle. And this is him closing speed, getting over there and breaking one up. Got caught a little out of position on this one up front, but he's still able to break back on the ball and get a finger on it. For the Indians, he's been a special teams lights out. He's got 2 blocked PATs, a blocked field goal just this season, and he's the leading tackler on special teams. You'll see here through the traffic. Look at the amount of traffic. And you see the hit when it comes. And fighting off the block, he's got a lineman blocking him here, fights off the block, turns to make the tackle.
Great tackle.
And this one here, I think he was dealing with a little hold, and he just kind of shucks. The guy got 2 fists on him, so he pulls his wrestling moves in.
He can do it all. He's a great football player. I know that there's going to be a lot of great football players on the field Friday night in Blue Ridge, and
yeah, you'll see him cutting it up. Now, this is where Fannin County will have to keep their eyes peeled because they tend to look for number 25 and number 4 so much. Yeah. And then in comes the back door.
Guys, there's going to be so many great football players on the field Friday night in Blue Ridge. That's just some of the Chattooga Indians. Guys, talk about what this season's meant to Chattooga. How's the team rally around the success? How are they dealing with the success? And, are they letting the noise get to them? Are they focused? Kind of talk about that.
Well, we're only 2 years removed from fan favorite, kid favorite, Coach Charles Hammond departing the Indians. So it was a shakeup for the school because Hammond had 6 consecutive years of playoff games. He hosted the first ever playoff game at Chattooga, won the first playoff game. So he had a bunch of records that just rolled up under his leadership, and a great mentor to the kids. So when Coach Sean Peak came in from South Pittsburgh out of Chattanooga, it was a little bit of an unknown element. He brought his whole staff with him, several guys from the Dade County area, and they have done a really good job of embracing the kids, giving them a winning mentality. And nobody thought – I said last year the Indians won 3 games, barely made the playoffs, and, lost a heartbreaker down in South Atlanta.
Should have beat them. Should have beat that team.
Should have beat them. But it took a little bit of time for the kids to buy in, and I think there was a lot of indecision. I've talked to a lot of the parents around and the fans around the county, and they had no expectations for this season at all. They really thought that the Indians were going to be lucky to win 3 games again this year. The idea that the team would be 4-0 in the region never entered their mind, never was a possibility. So and in opening the season 0-2, missing a game due to COVID, it looked like, yep, this is pretty much what was going to happen. And all that changed with the Noonan game. And then, fortunately for the Indians, they had the 3 easiest, and I say easiest because they were just the easiest region opponents to start with, and their offense settled on a quarterback and found their groove, and it's meant the world to the kids because they have 14 seniors who haven't experienced this, to go out together as seniors like this with a chance to win a region championship in Fannin County against what they view as the elite team in the region. What Fannin County did last year kind of set the bar, raised the bar again. Everybody thought with Rockmart leaving the division, the region, that they were going to have a little bit of an easier run, and Fannin County came in and said, rolled just like Rockmart and proved that they had that caliber of talent, and Luke Holloway and Micah O'Neill and, like you said, Mason Bundy, guys who are now playing on Saturdays. So to have this chance to come into Fannin County on Fannin County's homecoming and have a chance to win their first region championship in over 4 decades, it is huge to the kids. It's huge to the fans. It's huge to the coaching staff.
Yeah, it's what an opportunity for Chattooga, and great coaching staff, great players. I said earlier, and I'm going to say it's what high school football is going to be about on Friday night. It's if you're in the Rome area, the Chattooga area, I know it's a long drive to Blue Ridge, but if you need a game to come watch, it's the game to watch. I promise you that.
Go early, pick some apples, hang around Fannin County, check out the town. Tim will escort you around, give you some things to do. Like I said, I think that there's a lot of people from the county, not just the high school, but a lot of neighboring school there because Tryon plays a Thursday night game. The kids are all friends. A bunch of those kids are going to make the trip with them. Good. They want to get there. They've heard epic things about the Fannin County student section. They want to come there and try to counterbalance that, give the Indians a little bit of weight in the stands there.
The Fannin County Blue Crew, a great student section. Obviously, we got the light show that's popular. Chattooga's got the lights now too. It's a special environment. It's a special environment. If you guys want to say anything more about Chattooga, I'll give a little bit of a Fannin preview. Ben, you got anything else to add about Chattooga?
it just I'm gonna give a little shout out to the offensive line. I mean, we've not really talked down about them, but they've struggled, and you could see it earlier in the year. And the last couple games, the offense has kind of come around, and so has the offensive line. I feel like some of the blocking in the last game against Dade County, I was worried. How would we handle them up front? How would we handle 20 coming downhill? And they made some plays. Talking about Dade's defense, but we gashed them at times. I mean, there were runs, and one of those runs on the highlight reel we seen earlier, I think he went for 57 yards, and he wasn't touched till 20 yards down the field. Of course, a touch ain't going to tackle Lester. So 3-0. I seen you up. 4? Oh, I'm behind. I'm sorry. I'm streaming.
4-0 Braves. No, it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a lot of fun. We'll talk about Fannin County coming in.
At Circuit World, we offer a wide selection of major appliances, name brands like Whirlpool, LG, Frigidaire, and more. Looking for furniture? Come by and browse our showroom or check out the Endless Aisle, a touchscreen kiosk with thousands of options. Need electronics, gaming computers, laptops, desktops, tablets? We have it all. OLED or QLED, 4K or high def. We have the selection to get you the TV of your dreams. And don't forget, at Circuit World, your credit is always good. So ask about our convenient payment options and 120 days, same as cash. Come see us today at one of our 5 area locations.
It's an opportunity you can't miss. Days Chevrolet in Jasper is stepping up and paying top dollar for your trade-in. Any make, any model. Days wants it, and we're paying top dollar to get it. So, what'll you do with all that cash? Shop for your new Chevy at dayschevroletjasper.com. New vehicles are arriving weekly, or shop from our great selection of pre-owned inventory. Don't delay. Come get cash for your vehicle today at Days Chevrolet in Jasper.
Days Chevrolet. Days gets it done.
Find new roads.
Hey girl, back so soon?
Yeah.
3rd time this morning.
Feeling too familiar with the bathroom these days? It's not just you.
Hey girl, look who made it 15 minutes.
At Erlanger Urology, we make it easy to talk about overactive bladder and treatments that work.
Hey girl, you not coming in?
No, I'm good.
Well, okay, I'll be here, 'cause I'm stuck.
Learn more at itsnotjustyou.com. Erlanger Urology.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
Nobody thought that Fannin County would play Sonoraville and lose. I'm not necessarily lose to Sonoraville. Nobody thought Fannin County Sonoraville would play. We had a game canceled due to COVID. We picked up a game with Sonoraville. They lost the game to COVID. And I mentioned the Sonoraville game because it's no secret. Fannin County lost to Sonoraville. They lost big, 32-0, I believe was the score. Ever since that game, you're starting to see basically the team is reminding me of the Fannin County from last year. They've started to put a lot of the pieces together. Not necessarily they've made a quarterback change, but there's no secret Seth Reese is playing at quarterback now. And that's not to say David Mashburn won't play, because David Mashburn has played at quarterback in every game since then and played well last week at quarterback. But there's been several changes in the offense. I'll tell you this, Seth Reese is the key player for Fannin County. There's no secret. What a player. What a player. He's the heart and soul of the team. But there's so many other players on the Fannin County Rebel team besides Seth Reese. I'll give you some other guys to keep an eye on. Case and Owensby, linebacker, running back. Had 100 tackles last year alongside Micah O'Neal. Almost 100 tackles last year. Is the heart and soul of the defense. Logan Long. I'm going to mention Logan Long right now because we talked about the defensive line for Chattooga not getting enough praise. The defensive line for Fannin County has not got enough praise this year. Logan Long, he is a man. He's played well on both sides of the football this season. Linebacking core Sands, Waldrop. Kate Sands, Case, and Andrew Waldrop. They've played well. Corbin Davenport, Carson Collis in the secondary. Carter Mann, the offensive line. Ricardo Arianes. Carson Collins, second, I think I mentioned him. Ricardo Arianes, Dylan Collins on the offensive line. Just there's a lot of players besides everybody here. Seth Reese, and rightfully so. Seth's a great player. I love Seth. Love his family. There's other people that Seth Reese besides on this Fannin County Rebel football team, and everybody's going to have to step up. Every name I've mentioned and then some, they're going to have to step up Friday night to win this football game. It's as Coach TJ Hamilton actually just chimed in on Facebook right here for Gordon Central. Good to hear from Coach Hamilton. I'm getting my popcorn ready for the game. Looking forward to it. It's going to be a football game, Coach, and great to have you on here, Coach. Right there, nice comment there.
Love Coach Hamilton. He brought a whole change in atmosphere there to Gordon Central. I think they have good things to come. Great culture for sure there that he has built there at Gordon Central. We're all big fans of the program there at Gordon Central. I'm going to pull up some of Seth Reese's highlights. We showed some of Lester and Burdick for Fannin. I want to obviously show some Fannin County highlights here to get Rebel fans and Chattooga fans excited about the game on Friday night. And if you're just a football fan like us three, basically, we want to bring you as much coverage as we can and highlight these kids as much as possible. This is Seth Reese's huddle right here. This is what I was going to get it to. I'm going to back up just a little bit here. Look at the cut right there. Big guy to be that nimble. They call him the Swiss Army knife at Fannin County. This is against Union County at tailback. Reese. Yeah, weaving through traffic. Could you imagine him and Lester in the same backfield? I do all the time. Finishing that run strong. The shoulder that he threw right there was into a really great wrestling linebacker from Sonoraville, and he just completely knocked him off his feet. So he's got the combo of power and size. Do you know his exact size? Is he 6'3"? He's every bit of 6'3", guys, and he's very close to 6'4". He's a big guy. 205, 210. He can do it all, whether it be quarterback, running back, receiver, tight end, linebacker, safety, defensive end. He's a special player. And you're seeing the highlights of number 5. This is his first 3 games highlights. I'm not sure. There's a few games on here. Yeah, I believe he's wearing number 23. Obviously, Fannin County. Talk to us a little bit about that. Yeah. So Seth, what a great tribute he has done is he is wearing number 23 now. Jackson Davis, Fannin County Rebel senior, had some serious health issues. With some seizures and he even had brain surgery. And he's out for the year, obviously. He got to play in the Hayesville scrimmage and actually scored a touchdown, I believe, in the Hayesville scrimmage. Jackson Davis did. Week 2, Jackson, got this issue, and Seth said, you know what, I'm playing this season for Jackson. And Seth now wears 23 for Jackson. And the games that Jackson has been for Fannin County, Jackson's wore Seth Reese's old number 5. So it's really cool and special to see that tribute and the bond between those guys. Here's Seth on defense right there making a great play, saving a touchdown in the secondary. Here he is at linebacker again. Here's him diving again and making that play. But he's that size you don't think can cover like that, but he's got great closing speed, really good job at coverage, great hips for a big man, great hips.
Chris Mathis joining in. Float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. That's number 23. And
Do you know his offers right now, Tim?
He's got one from Morehead State. There's a lot of schools showing interest from him. I kind of want to keep that confidential. I'm not sure he wants that information to be made public. I do know that there is several schools being mentioned for Seth, and he'll do it. He's going to play college football. We know that. And if not, whatever he does, I promise you, whatever he does, they're getting a great person for sure. But Seth Reese, a great player. But like I mentioned, not the only Fannin County Rebel football player. There's other teams that make this team go. Cason Owensby is one on the defense side of the football that has really stepped up.
Love the way this kid plays football. Love the way Cason Owensby plays football.
Cason, a guy that was kind of overshadowed a little bit last year because of Micah O'Neal. Micah O'Neal, one of the greatest linebackers, probably that has the most tackles in school history. But Cason Owensby is a great football player too. And he's really stepped up this year, even played a little bit on offense, which is a little bit out of his element, but he's stepped in because obviously it's no secret. Fannin County lost a ton from last year's team. So Cason Owensby has really stepped up. Let me hit the share button here. Sometimes I'm good with technology. Sometimes I'm terrible.
Yeah, while you're pulling that up, Mike O'Neal was a once in a generation kind of a talent there, and it's easy for him to overshadow anybody. But I can remember everybody had to account for Cason Owensby, even with Mike O'Neal there.
Yes, absolutely. And here is Cason Owensby's. This is actually his last year's. He did have 100 tackles. I do apologize, Case. I said you didn't have 100 tackles. He had 100 tackles last season.
And 2 INTs.
Yes, here he is. That's against MJ Morris at Pace Academy, who's now a quarterback at Carrollton. This is in the first round of the state playoffs. Interception right there. Just Cason Owensby loves football. Him and Burdick kind of have the same mentality. They're not afraid to hit anybody, and they're guys you want to have on your football team.
Yeah, look at the penetration there. I mean, he can shoot the gap and be 4 yards in the backfield in no time.
This against that Dade County, that third monkey mentality there at Dade County at Magic Morgan Stadium last season. This here against Pepperell, Cason dropping into coverage.
Yeah, and that's number 5, John Shields there, who's a pretty nifty little guy himself.
Yeah, just a great football player. Loves to play football. Right there,
that play right there kind of summed him up to me. How he can fight off a block and make a tackle for a loss, where it looked like there was about to be a hole in a big game.
But Cason Owensby's it's not just Cason on the linebacking core. Andrew Waldrop, Sawyer Moreland. I forgot to mention Sawyer Moreland. What a player he is for Fannin County. Can't believe I forgot to mention Sawyer. But there's so many people in that defense to help Cason. Waldrop, Sands, in that linebacking core. Seth Reese occasionally. This is against Heard County last year. He likes to make tackles. This is an interception right here for Cason in the Union County game last season. So he can truly do it all.
I have a good feeling we're going to see some Owensby versus Lester in the hole.
I believe that's going to happen. Let me tell you, I saw Andrew Waldrop in the Sonoraville game. Sonoraville has a heck of a running back in Zach Lyles. And Waldrop got in there and absolutely made some great tackles on him. That game was 6-0 with 4 minutes to go in the third quarter. It ended up being 35-0 or whatever, but that was a ball game for 3.5 quarters, and a sideline penalty kind of threw the Rebels out of the game. It was a strange penalty, a strange set of circumstances that kind of threw it off. But for 3.5 quarter, what happened? I think we just got a
penalty. That's garbage.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to be honest with you. I want to take this opportunity to thank all the referees that are there. I really want to, because honestly, guys, we couldn't watch it. We couldn't watch without them. We really couldn't.
Hey, the reason why we have so many
that sideline infraction penalty at Sonoraville was crap. It was crap. It was such a momentum changer.
I was there. I'm telling you, it was crap.
Fannin County had a big stop on 4th down. Coach Cheatham had a pinky toenail in the white, and they called a sideline infraction. And the momentum, just the whole game, it shifted.
I checked with the officials, and they said it was because moving down the field, one of the officials kind of ran into a coach. I don't know the details of it, but I know that it changed the entire mood, atmosphere, and momentum of that ball game because
it did.
It was a 4th down stop at midfield. At midfield.
Yeah, it was tough. It was tough, but you know what? You've got to overcome it. And I say that to say this: Fannin County had a tough time dealing with a lot of penalties against Sonoraville. Against Model last week, they were bit with the penalty bug a little bit, and they overcame that, and you know, it did not affect them as much. So, but I do want to say this honestly. I feel like as I used to umpire baseball at a high level, so I'm very appreciative of officials because we couldn't do it without them. So I don't want to bash officiating. I want to promote officiating because guys, we can't watch football without officials. So
the truth is we need more people involved in it because the reason we have so many Thursday games now is because we have GHSA is having a hard time filling all the slots for officials on Fridays. So they had to double them up.
You're seeing JV games and middle school games on Wednesday and Tuesday, you know, as opposed to Thursday too, because of the same problem. So
it's just going to get worse because, you know, a good percentage of those officials that are still working are guys who are retired at 60s, you know.
Yeah, and I would encourage anybody. You can go to GHSA's website and look at what it takes to become an official. They do get paid, so you do earn money for being out there. But if you love football and you enjoy being out there, it's a great way to get out and give back to your community and to the sport that you love. And you know, like Tim was just saying, we need more officials and we need the young guys stepping in and kind of taking over that mantle. It is a thankless job at times. You are always going to have fans yelling and screaming. It's part of it. It's part of the thrill. Get out there and do your best and make good calls. And
I did notice that GHSA approved pay bumps, so the pay is going up for officials this next year.
And that's good. And you probably saw that coming. I know probably a lot of small schools athletic revenue don't like that, but we've got to get the pay up, guys, or we're going to continue to be in these spots where it's hard to get officials. So I'm glad to see that. But guys, Friday night. Let's get back to Friday night though, real quick. I'm excited about it. Excited to see you guys there. You know, it's going to be a special time.
You're going to have a lot of broadcast coverage there. A lot of cameras going to be pointed at this field. It's like you said, Tim, this is what high school football is all about. You got a ton of really elite level athletes there. A lot of these guys are going to be playing on Saturdays next year. And you got some young talent that's coming out there. We mentioned Nick Hester a little bit, sophomore. There's a lot of young kids that are going to be on this field. This is going to be a rivalry building for the next couple of years. This game's really going to set the stage for a few years to come, and it's going to be epic for whichever team wins. Obviously, the Indians want that first region crown in nearly 5 decades, and for Fannin County to be able to repeat as region champs back-to-back at homecoming, at home. I mean, you couldn't write a better Hollywood script right here.
I mentioned this off the air. I think personally, and I may get some flack from a lot of Fannin County people about this statement, but I feel like this is the biggest regular season home game since 2008. Last season, keep in mind I said regular season home game. Last season, you know, a lot of our big games were on the road. Pepperell was on the road. Chattooga was on the road. Dade County, when we clinched the undefeated regular season, that was on the road. I say 2008. 2008, we hosted a region championship game at home versus Holy Innocents. That game did not go Fannin County's way, and back then, region championship games were divided into sub-regions, and they weren't a part of the GHSA playoffs, so it was still considered like a regular season game. So, you know, 2008 is a long time, but I personally think this is possibly the biggest regular season home game in Blue Ridge since 2008. That's a long time. there was a big game a few years ago against North Hall where we were undefeated in 7 AAA and they were too. And obviously the cards didn't fall right. But this is a true region championship game in the middle of the regular season. So, man, it's exciting. It's really exciting. I know Coach Cheatham and the guys have got the guys focused. With it still being homecoming week, they had the powder puff last night. We've got a homecoming parade tomorrow. There's a lot of other things that can distract the players and the guys and the coaches. But I know Coach Cheatham and the guys are doing a great job of keeping the task here. Chattooga's here. Have fun at all this other stuff. But remember, Chattooga in the region championship game is going to be Friday night, 7:30, and that's where your mind and your head need to be. And I know Coach Cheatham will have the boys ready, and Coach Pete's going to have Chattooga ready, guys. It's going to be a great football atmosphere.
You want to be there, guys. You don't want to miss this one.
Yeah, and not to be rude, Rebel TV, Region 7 AA Sports, all that stuff's great to watch, but you can go back and watch it later. You want to feel this one. You want to feel this one. Yeah, You want to be there for this one. You want to be there.
Hear the hits in real time.
Do we dare give predictions, guys? Do we want to give some predictions?
We are all about predictions. I'm all for
it. I'm all for it. If you're watching in the comments, drop your predictions. But
we're giving score predictions. Is that what we're?
I don't know about score predictions.
Okay, go there, Ben.
I mean, I don't know. I was just wondering. I mean, I was going to bring up that the line is Fannin favored by 9.5.
Yeah, that is the line.
I would say that's a good bet to take. I would say if you're getting 9 points, we talked about this before the broadcast. I don't think that last year Fannin County was able to get out ahead and kind of run away with it, a 30-point win for the Rebels. And as you see in the ticker down there, it was the first win in the series between the two teams that haven't played in decades. Back in the 70s and early 80s they played, and Chattooga still leads the series 4-1. But in modern times, this was the first matchup, and Fannin definitely was able to run away with it. I felt the leadership that they had, the maturity and leadership from the seniors, just too overwhelming and experience-wise, and it showed in that 30-point win. This year, I don't think either team is going to break the 30-point margin, and I think that the defenses are going to have a lot more to say with it. I see it as being close, definitely within that 9.5 window. And I believe that the more balanced team on offense is going to win. And obviously, in every level of this sport, turnovers are a big key. The Indians turned the ball over 7 times against the Daresville, and a 0-0 halftime score was blown out to 35-14 by the end with 7 turnovers. So turnovers are going to be key. The defense is a big deal. But the more balanced attack on offense, I feel like is going to come away with this one.
I'll go ahead and make my prediction. Fannin County's defense has played very well this season. They're going to have to play very well again this obviously Friday night. Obviously a very tough task at hand with Lester, Hester, so many weapons. Johnson, so many weapons. I think Fannin County makes a big play on defense in the second half to spark a Rebel victory.
That's too clear of a picture. That's too clear of a picture.
I don't want to give a score prediction, but I do want to say I do think Fannin County wins a close ball game on Friday night. I don't want to give a score prediction, but
well, you're itching to, Tim.
I'm itching too bad. I'm itching too really bad, but I think Fannin County steps up and gets the job done.
Give us a range, Tim. Give us a score range. We're
a 2-possession game, whether that's 9 points. I think Fannin County wins. I think the 9 points is pretty accurate. I really do. I think it's going to be within that range. Also, I want to say this: this game, if it does come down to a field goal, Fannin County does have a kicker who can kick it in the end zone. His name is Jack Katner. He does potentially, have the legs, so that could be a weapon too. They've not had to use him much this year. Just saying that could be a difference as well.
I feel pretty good from about 35 in with our kicker.
Yeah, our kicker is now 27 of 28 and 1 for 1 on field goals.
Yep.
So, Benton, you want to give a little prediction here?
Yeah, we talked in a previous podcast. I just think that the home field advantage and traveling to Fannin will be a little much. I'm a Chattooga guy, and but I just think Fannin wins the game. Probably, I think it's going to be less than the 9.5. I think it's somewhere around 6. I wouldn't be surprised if Chattooga won. If Chattooga won, that means there were multiple enough to put points on the board, and the defensive line was causing issues in the backfield. It's one thing to get to the quarterback, but then you got to get him on the ground because you know who the quarterback's going to be. You got to get the guy with the S on his chest on the ground.
Yes, they're going to have to stop Superman.
Yeah. But who knows? Who knows? We might have a little kryptonite in the old pouch that we bring, the Indian pouch.
There's a lot of Superman in this game, guys. Great
Come
players.
on now, Tim.
Great players, great coaching staff.
So Tim says Fannin by 9. I say Chattooga by 4.
I had Fannin by 6.
It's going to be a ball game, boys. It's going to be fun.
I can't wait. I can't wait. And really, to be honest, I'm proud for both teams. I feel like they've already kind of overachieved their season goals. Like you said, with all the turnover at Fannin, I don't know how many of the players and fans thought they'd be repeating again this year. And I can tell you this many of the Chattooga players and fans thought they'd be here. Exactly this many.
Yep.
Yeah. Going to be a fun one, guys. Going to be a fun one. It's what high school football is all about. I started like the little Pressbox thing just because I just love high school football. And this is why I love high school football for games like Friday night. It's going to be special.
So Tim, I got a question on behalf of all the Chattooga travelers. What's the best watering hole over your way?
All right. Well, let me give you some advice. And if you're from Blue Ridge and you're watching, you can comment too. But we've got right below the stadium, there's 2 good restaurants. Actually, I think Pete's Place may close at 3. But Pete's Place is a great place to eat. Also, there's a seafood restaurant directly right below the stadium called Jolly Rogers. Very, very good. You may want to arrive early because there may be a little bit of wait. There's also a place called Chester's downtown, Chester's Brunemeyer Grill. Very good place. And
Chester rhymes with Hester and Lester, so it may be the happen place.
Yeah, if you're a Chattooga fan, I can see you going there. Those are some of my favorite places in Blue Ridge. And I'm sure you can Google. There's there's a lot of great places. Those 3 are very good. And all 3 are within 2 miles of the stadium. So there's a lot of good restaurants downtown. But arrive early, Chattooga fans, and enjoy it. It's going to be a special atmosphere.
We've got a lot of fans from Chattooga watching tonight as well, and they're going to want to know the best way to get in and out of the stadium and parking situation. What's your
parking situation? If you're from Chattooga, I would actually don't put the address to Fannin County High School. There is a Georgia State Patrol office directly across from the high school, and that will if you put that address in, that will lead you to the visitor side. It's right across from the visitor side. So I highly encourage everybody from Chattooga put the Georgia State Patrol office right there as the address, and it will put you right across from the stadium. And you can walk. You literally park right there on the visitor side. You can walk in. We have 2 concession stands. Obviously, the visitor concession stand will be open. There'll be restrooms too. So come hungry if you don't get a chance to eat. There's restrooms, a men's and women's restroom. You'll have the visitor side. There's a decent amount of visitor seating. Should be enough for the band. I assume the band's coming, correct? Chattooga band.
Band's coming. Great AA band led by Gene Greer. So that it should be some good halftime.
Yeah, and I want to give a shout out to the Fannin County band. Scott Barnstead does a great job. We just actually had a marching band festival last week, so they do a great job.
Yeah, we saw them last year, and they really impressed us. Great halftime performance. The Chattooga does a whole show about Elvis this year, complete with props and everything. So it's a very entertaining. Home crowd should be treated to some good halftime performance right there. What about your COVID restrictions, policies? Any mask mandates or anything like that over there?
Whatever you guys feel safe with. I don't think there's any restrictions no more at Fannin County High School. Obviously, we're still taking we're still being as clean as possible, but come one, come all, and have fun. Enjoy Blue Ridge. It's going to be a special atmosphere. I'm excited. Obviously, I'm very 159 Industrial Boulevard, Blue Ridge, Georgia is that address for that Georgia State Patrol, by the way, office. It'll lead you right to the visitor side, but excited for Chattooga fans to see. We do have a cannon that goes off when we score a touchdown.
And the light show.
Yeah, and the light show. There is a cannon and a light show. So the cannon goes off when the team comes out. We've got a massive blow-up helmet that the Rebels walk out to, led by Coach Chad Cheatham. And the smoke, all have all that. So, it's fun. It's a lot of fun. You have a very loud, annoying PA announcer. It's a lot of fun.
You're not like at Tennessee. What is that? Third down for what?
No.
And unlike Tennessee fans, we're going to leave all the water bottles and golf balls at home.
Yeah, please. And if something happens, Fannin County fans, let's not throw golf balls and mustard bottles at the referees.
You said this is what high school football is all about. So our fans are coming looking for just a really good night of football, and all they want to see is both teams leave it all on the field and know that the best team won, playing against the best team.
Yeah, I think Lawrence, Northwest Georgia football may be coming too. Benton, is that right?
He said that if he can weasel his way out of a prior engagement, then he'll be joining us. So
that'd be good. I know Jake West, Team FYN sports director, he may be coming as well. So. Will be a who's who cast of characters there. So
I spoke to the athletic director today, so I know Pressbox space is limited over there, so it should be a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's because we have a ETC broadcast. They have Fannin, Gilmer, Pickens, Copper Basin coverage area, and that's their game of the week. So when they do a lot of good stuff for our community too. They donate a lot of money and resources. So our high school always gives them a room. Obviously, Fan Rebel TV, Region 7 AA Sports going to be broadcasting it too. There's only so much room. We've got a big press box, but there's only so much room.
I love it for the kids because there's going to be a lot of cameras pointed down there. We should get great angles, great coverage. The kids should get a lot of boost out of this.
Yeah, but. Levi, Benton, we'll talk in just a minute after we sign off. But, guys, thank y'all for joining this special edition. We hope we've got you guys ready for the game on Friday. We're all ready. I'm going to say go Rebels. They're probably going to say go Indians. But, hey, going to be a fun time.
I say go Region 7 AA Sports. Thank you to the Friday Night Press Box for hosting us, and we'll see you on Friday, everybody.
At Circuit World, we offer a wide selection of major appliances, name brands like Whirlpool, LG, Frigidaire, and more. Looking for furniture? Come by and browse our showroom or check out the Endless Aisle, a touchscreen kiosk with thousands of options. Need electronics, gaming computers, laptops, desktops, tablets? We have it all. OLED or QLED, 4K or high def. We have the selection to get you the TV of your dreams. And don't forget, at Circuit World, your credit is always good. So ask about our convenient payment options and 120 days, same as cash. Come see us today at one of our 5 area locations.
It's an opportunity you can't miss. Days Chevrolet in Jasper is stepping up and paying top dollar for your trade-in. Any make, any model. Days wants it, and we're paying top dollar to get it. So, what'll you do with all that cash? Shop for your new Chevy at dayschevroletjasper.com. New vehicles are arriving weekly, or shop from our great selection of pre-owned inventory. Don't delay. Come get cash for your vehicle today at Days Chevrolet in Jasper.
Days Chevrolet. Days gets it done.
Find new roads.
Hey, girl. Back so soon?
Yeah.
Third time this morning.
Feeling too familiar with the bathroom these days? It's not just you.
Hey, girl. Look who made it 15 minutes.
At Erlanger Urology, we make it easy to talk about overactive bladder and treatments that work.
Hey, girl. You not coming in?
No, I'm good.
Well, okay. I'll be here, because I'm stuck.
Learn more at itsnotjustyou.com. Erlanger Urology.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.